Did you know you can sip your way through fall with incredible wines and not spend more than 20 bucks? Most people assume quality wine for cozy weather has to be expensive. Not true. I'm revealing a lineup of affordable wines that deliver big fall flavors, from crisp whites to bold reds, all under $20. These picks aren't just trendy or overhyped. They're practical, easy-to-find wines chosen with real expertise behind them. So let's get into the perfect wines for fall without blowing your budget. Hello and welcome to Toast to Wine, where wine knowledge meets real-world simplicity. My name is Tony. If you've ever stood in the wine aisle unsure what to grab for a cool autumn dinner, today's video is for you. We're diving into 6 amazing wines under $20, perfect for fall weather, hearty food, and seasonal gatherings. Plus, for each wine, I've given you an ideal food pairing, and I've included whites, rosé, blends, and bold reds, so there's something for everyone. And stick around, because later in the video, there's a bonus tip that I'll show you on how to decode grocery store wine labels like a pro. It's a small trick that can help you find better bottles without spending more. Fall is one of the best seasons to enjoy wine, but it can also be overwhelming. You want something richer, cozier, or more food-friendly, but how do you know what's good when you're limited to supermarket shelves? There's a sea of choices out there, labels that don't make much sense, and let's be honest, some budget wines just don't taste great. Have you ever picked a wine under $20 that turned out to be, not so great? Tell us in the comments so we can all learn from each other's mistakes. Let's kick things off with a white wine that's practically made for fall. Kendall-Jackson Vintner's Reserve Chardonnay. You'll usually find it for around $14 to $16, and honestly, it's one of those reliable go-to bottles that delivers every time. Right away, the aromas pull you in. Think toasted vanilla, warm baked apple, and just a hint of oak. It smells like comfort in a glass. On the palate, it's rich and creamy, but not too heavy. You get ripe pear, a little citrus brightness, and that buttery finish everyone either secretly loves or won't admit they love. That smooth texture comes from a winemaking process called malolactic fermentation, which softens the acidity and adds that lush, velvety feel. It's a perfect match for classic fall dishes. Try it with butternut squash soup, roasted chicken, or creamy mushroom pasta. The wine's richness plays beautifully with those savory, earthy flavors without overwhelming them. It's a cozy white that still feels balanced. Now, if you're thinking rosé is just for summer, think again. La Vieille Ferme Rosé is one of those wines that transitions beautifully into fall, especially if you're into lighter, food-friendly options that don't taste overly sweet. You'll usually find it between $8 and $10, and it's a fantastic value. The nose is super fresh. Strawberries, a little peach skin, and a hint of white pepper spice. It's delicate, but not boring. When you taste it, it's dry and crisp, with a nice balance of red fruit and subtle minerality. What makes this rosé stand out is its savory character. It's not all fruit. That structure makes it really versatile for fall meals. For pairings, think charcuterie boards, roasted root vegetables, or a harvest salad with goat cheese and walnuts. The acidity and light body cut through salty, creamy, or earthy dishes without clashing. So yes, rosé absolutely belongs on your fall wine list. Just reach for one like this that has a bit more backbone. If you're looking for something cozy and easy drinking, especially for a chilly evening or a casual get-together, Apothic Red is a solid pick. You'll usually see it on shelves for around $10, and it's one of those blends that really appeals to a wide range of wine drinkers, especially if you're just getting into reds. It smells rich right away. Lots of black cherry, mocha, and warm vanilla. It kind of gives off dessert vibes without actually being a dessert wine. Taste-wise, it's smooth and plush, with dark fruit flavors like blackberry and plum, plus a little cocoa and spice in the background. There's a touch of sweetness here. Definitely not bone dry, but that's part of what makes it so approachable, especially if you're not into super tannic or acidic reds. It's great with comfort food. Think barbecue chicken, pulled pork sliders, or even pizza night. The wine's slightly sweet, ripe fruit profile works really well with smoky or savory flavors. So if you want a red that feels like fall in a glass, but without being too serious, this is a great one to keep around. Do you prefer sweet wines or dry wines? Let us know your fall wine preference in the comments. There's no wrong answer here. When you think of fall wines, Pinot Noir is a classic, and Meiomi Pinot Noir is a really popular option that's easy to find and consistently delivers. It usually runs around $18 to $20, and it's a great pick if you want something smooth, flavorful, and a little more elevated without getting too fancy. The aromas hit you with ripe cherry, toasted oak, vanilla, and just a hint of spice. It's warm and inviting, like a cozy blanket in a glass. On the palate, it's fuller bodied than many traditional Pinots. You get flavors like cherry cola, clove, a touch of smoke, and that signature silky texture Meiomi is known for. It's fruit forward, polished, and super easy to drink. When it comes to food, this wine is super versatile. It's fantastic with roast turkey, mushroom risotto, or even grilled salmon. The earthy, savory notes in those dishes really bring out the depth in the wine. If you're in the mood for a red that feels elegant but still comforting, Meiomi Pinot Noir is a solid fall go-to. Now, if you're in the mood for something white but don't want the buttery, oaky style of Chardonnay, try the Chateau St. Michel dry Riesling from Washington State. It's super affordable, usually around $9 to $11, and honestly, it's one of the best bang for your buck white wines out there. The first thing you'll notice is the aroma. It's got this fresh lime zest, a hint of stone fruit like peach or apricot, and a subtle minerality that gives it a clean edge. On the palate, it's bright and crisp with green apple, citrus, and just a touch of sweetness. Now, don't let the word dry fool you. It's not bone dry. There's still a bit of residual sugar, but it's beautifully balanced by the wine's high acidity, so it tastes clean and refreshing, not sweet. This one's a total win for food pairings. It goes great with pork chops and apple compote, roasted sweet potatoes, or even something with little heat, like a spicy fall curry. The acidity cuts right through richness, and that touch of sweetness helps tame the spice. It's refreshing, flavorful, and perfect for fall, even if you're usually a red wine drinker. If you're craving something bold and full-bodied for those colder fall nights, Bogle Petite Sirah should be on your radar. It's usually around $11, and it seriously over-delivers for the price. The aroma is deep and rich. Think blackberry jam, dark chocolate, and a little peppery spice. It smells like something you'd want to sit next to a fire. Once you taste it, you'll notice how big and juicy it is. Lots of dark fruit. Plum, blackberry, black cherry, balanced by mocha and just enough tannin to give it structure, but without being harsh. It's bold, but still smooth and totally approachable. Food-wise, this wine loves hearty dishes. Beef stew, lentil chili, braised short ribs. It stands up beautifully to rich, slow-cooked meals. The dark fruit and spice complement those savory flavors, and the body of the wine holds its own. So if you're looking for something to pair with cozy comfort food, or just want a big red to warm up with, Bogle Petite Sirah is a fantastic fall choice that won't break the bank. Here's a little insider trick that can help you pick better wine without spending a dime more. When you're standing in the wine aisle and don't know what to grab, don't just look at the front label. Flip the bottle around and read the back. What you're looking for are clues about quality. If you see terms like estate bottled, that means the winery grew the grapes, made the wine, and bottled it all on the same property. That's usually a good sign of care and consistency. You can also keep an eye out for specific regions like Columbia Valley, Lodi, Paso Robles, or Monterey. These areas are known for producing great wines at affordable prices, and seeing one of them on the label can help you steer clear of mass-produced generic stuff. And if the back label mentions something like single vineyard or small lot, that usually means it's made in smaller batches, often with a little more attention to detail. So next time you're shopping, take a quick look at the back of the bottle. It might just lead you to a hidden gem. Do you check the back label when choosing wine? Or just go by the front? Let us know how you shop. With just a little guidance, finding delicious seasonal wines under $20 doesn't have to be stressful. Whether you prefer red, white, or something in between, this list gives you options that feel intentional, warm, and wine lover approved. And with food pairings built in, your next dinner or cozy night in is already sorted. Alright, let's do a quick recap of the wines we covered today, because now you've got a full lineup of fall favorites that won't break the bank. We started with a cozy Chardonnay from Kendall-Jackson, perfect with creamy dishes. Then we explored a dry, savory Rosé from Vieille Ferme that works beautifully with fall appetizers and light meals. Apothic Red gave us that smooth, slightly sweet red that's great for casual nights in. Meiomi Pinot Noir brought richness and elegance, ideal for roast poultry or earthy flavors. Then we had that bright, refreshing, dry Riesling from Chateau St. Michel, awesome with pork, sweet potatoes, or spicy dishes. And finally, Bogle's Petite Sirah brought boldness and depth to round things out, perfect for those hearty, slow-cooked comfort meals. With all of these options under $20, you've got everything you need to make your fall dinners and get-togethers feel a little more special, without the pressure or the price tag. If this video helped you feel more confident about choosing wine this fall, give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Toast to Wine for more beginner-friendly wine tips and guides. Click on one of these videos now to continue your wine journey. Toast to Wine.